Czech Center for Investigative Reporting and Dark Riviera present Protagonista, a war room content project hosted by Pavla Holcová. Protagonista puts investigative reporters at the heart of the story. After years probing the online porn industry's darkest corners, Patrizia reveals the psychological trauma of examining extreme content. Eventually, she became a victim of deepfake porn and decided to confront her digital perpetrator face to face. You found yourself on a porn website, if I understand it right, and it was deepfake naked nudes, or was there also a video, or could you tell me what happened?
Yeah, one day I got a call from a colleague. He wanted to invite me to a journalist conference in Sweden, and he wanted to talk with me about the lecture I should give. And he was like, at the end of the call, he was like, Patrizia, I have to tell you something else. I found something online, nude photos of you. Okay. Then I went online and he sent me the link and I checked them. And yeah, it looked like it was 31 pictures of me, and it looked like me naked in chains, having sex with different men, having sex with a horse, having sex with a dog. It was not done so well, so you could see, that is strange. The face is not really matching the rest of the body and stuff like that. But still, if you just glance there, it was like, whoa, is it me having sex with a dog? So
I don't remember.
I don't remember, yeah. So at first I was just joking around about this. So I was just like, okay, well, whatever. It's not real. If you look, you can see it's not real. And it was
sometimes
also...
it's enough,
Yeah, but it was kind of a coping mechanism, I think. Just bring it in distance to myself. And it was on a porn site that is called mrdeepfakes.com. So it was also labeled as deepfake. So I was like, okay, it's a deepfake porn site, whatever. It's stupid. It's made not very well. I don't want to deal with this. I'm okay. It's fine. It's there, whatever. And I told my editor about it, but we were both like, okay, it's ugly, but
it's stupid.
It's stupid. Yeah, just forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't let it be.
Yeah.
You once you coped and put it in some kind of distance between you and the pictures, you got angry that it happened.
Yeah.
So what was your plan to do with it? How to deal with your anger?
Yeah. I called my editor again and said, I'm angry. I want to know who did this, and let's make a research out of it.
So you talk to the editor, and you've been angry, and you come with the idea, like, let's find the guy, or guys, maybe, more of them.
It were like 8 other women also affected. He also made deepfakes of them, and so I was wondering if somebody of them know him personally. Because in a lot of cases of this kind of abuse, the people know each other personally. But so I tried to put this all together. And then I also made me a nickname and started to chat with him. I hope that he's somehow will open up about why he chose me, and maybe that will give me clues. And we talked a bit. He also said, it's the reporter Patrizia Schlosser. She did all these researches about spy camera videos. So he definitely came from there. And then the months went on and on and on, and nothing came out. I couldn't find out who he was.
You said that you chat with the other perpetrators. You also, chatted with this guy. how do you prepare to be this kind of a man who is able to talk about this kind of a stuff? How do you hide that you are actually a woman who's really pissed off?
I try to imitate the way he is talking, his style of the sentences.
What is the style?
It's very simple. It's very like with a lot of mistakes in his sentences. I try to imagine myself, being sitting there at night in a kind of room alone. So I ask like sloppy questions. I ask for advice a lot because people like to help other people, also in this case. And so I ask if anybody has any tip to do this better, to make better videos or images. I ask for the software they use and why he is trying to deepfake this woman and so on. That was really a strange experience. Because at first it was like this, okay, I don't want to deal with it. Then it was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do the research. Let's find him. And then I had a very strange state of mind in which I wanted to stop the research. But it was not in a conscious way. It was not like, I don't want to follow through. I will.
It was more like, I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, it was. I felt bad, and I was really like, reluctant to continue. I remember one point, we had the name of the person who did it. We had his Instagram profile. So what would be the next step would be, of course, to check if he is following me on Instagram, to see if there are connections between his and my social media accounts. And I didn't want to do it. I just didn't do it. It was really like going against my own professional thinking as a journalist. So I really discovered how big this impact is if you are a victim of that. It really makes you feel you want nothing to do with it.
How did you get out of it?
Because of the help of my colleagues. They were like, at one point I had to tell them, listen, I think I'm like blocked or something. I cannot really go on. I don't know what's going on, but I feel so, I don't want to have to do anything with it. I don't want to see the face of the person who did it. I don't want to see it. Stuff like that. And you have to help me. You have to push me that we can continue. And I cannot tell you exactly how we found the hint, but at the end we found like a hint on social media, his Instagram profile. And he had his full name on his Insta profile. And then...
That's sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy. I think it's a lot of time they are very sloppy. They think like nobody will discover it. It's really interesting. It was also the case with the people on xHamster.com, that they are sloppy because somehow they think that in the internet nobody will discover them. It's really interesting. Yeah. So with this connection, we could find out his address. And then I just went there and knocked on his door, basically.
Did he open?
No, he didn't open. And we were waiting there like for 2 days in the car. It was winter. It was like a week before Christmas. And then his mother did come out. And then I was like, okay, let's talk to his mother. Because then we also knew, he's living at home. It's not his home alone. He lives with his mother there. And I think also with his father. So maybe he's just still in his, child room. I don't know his exact age, but I would guess something like in the middle of his 20s or early 30s.
So he shouldn't be living with his parents anymore.
Right. Yeah. And then I went, when the mother, she went out, I don't know, maybe doing some shopping, and then she came back, and when she approached the house, I jumped out of the car and went to her and told her what her son was doing, which was, of course, shocking for her. I think that she really didn't know about it. And then I asked if she would take me with her and ask her son that I can talk to him. And she said yes. And then I went inside with her, and I waited at the door of the apartment, and she went into the apartment and wanted to ask her son, and it took her a long time. And then she came out again and said to me that she should tell me that he's very sorry and that he didn't want to talk with me. And
he was sorry for the deep porn?
Yeah.
Or that he's sorry, but he doesn't want to talk to you?
No, he was sorry for the deepfakes. And that was nice because we didn't have any official, evidence that he really did the deepfakes. But with this, he admitted that he did the deepfakes. So that was nice. And of course, the whole situation was very strange. I mean, I was standing there with his mother. She was crying a bit. She was really in total distress. Then the son just letting her tell me he's sorry, but he don't want to talk with me. So it was really strange.
How much porn did you watch doing research?
A lot of stuff I wished I would have never seen for sure, which is stuck in your head, and then you are doing something else, washing the dishes, and then suddenly, it appears in your mind. Yeah, it's very stressful. I also had a therapy because of it. It was paid from my workplace. So they were like, in case you at some point feel that you maybe should talk to somebody about all this porn stuff, then let us know. And at first I was like, no, I'm so tough. It's part of the job. I'm a journalist. I don't need psychological stuff. I'm just doing my job and that's it. But of course that's to how do I say it? Not too blunt. It's bullshit. You have to really find a way to cope with it, with all the images you have in your head. And so this therapy helped me a lot because there were like tools, for example, which I found very helpful to sit down in the evening and just let come. So after work, you sit down in the evening and you just let come all the pictures that are in your head, all the things you didn't want to see, but nevertheless it happened, and then they will just settle again. But you have to give them the chance to like bubble up and feel them again, and then the brain can like process this and it can put it aside, and it's like, okay, done. It's kind of stored and it's okay. But if you don't do that and you always like, oh, I'm so tough and I don't need that, then it will still be in your brain and it will come up if you in situations you don't want to have it. Like, I don't know, in some
washing the dishes.
Yeah, washing the dishes, and suddenly it's oh no,
going to shower.
Yeah, so that was helpful. And also with time, I was trying to not look at stuff on the porn site because there's so much advertisement, and the advertisements are so nasty. They're really like made that you don't have a chance then to look at it. It's ugly. It's a lot of, it's very, very humiliating. A lot of humiliation on porn sites. And so I tried with time to just, put my hand in front of the screen and just try to focus only on the videos I had to watch to find out more about the perpetrators and to like put my hand over the advertisement. Yeah.
You're dealing with a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, there are very, very popular guys like Andrew Tate who are actually showing that abusing women is actually a good thing, and they are kind of like having this kind of a fake academies of pimping and so on. How to deal as investigative reporters with this kind of a situation that, we are trying to fix what is wrong on one side, but in the meantime, it goes totally wrong at the other side.
It would be nice if there would be a new way to talk with men about women. I don't know, something shifted with all the feminism, but now it feels like sometimes like men are so, I don't know, lost or something. Sometimes I have the feeling that there are no role models for men today, for boys today. Like they need some new models to orient themselves that are not connected with misogyny and stuff like that. So maybe we have to invent some new role models for them.
You know, maybe it will get fixed itself.
Oh, well, I don't see it coming. Maybe I have a dark view on this, but feels a little bit like stuck. Yeah, like we are pointing the finger on on the problems. You know, like this has to change, this has to get better, and it must be also strange for men to, see all these bad things on porn sites. I don't know how to fix that, but it's maybe we should not only focus on all the problems this generates, but also on the boys, on the men themselves, how they could achieve another image of themselves, help them to build a better reputation. I don't know how to do this, but would be nice.
We as investigative reporters,
no,
we as women?
We as a society, not only the women. I meant the whole society, to invent new role models in I don't know, in fiction. Maybe somebody who is a feminist, a male feminist, but not in the way that he is pushing that in front of him all the time, I am a feminist guy, more integrated in his thinking, and no hero, more like a normal guy who don't need to humiliate women to feel better, who don't need that. So all the porn sites will lose a lot of money if they don't have if nobody will watch this content anymore, I think.
Would you do the research on abuse on the porn websites again, watching so much of abuse and humiliation and seeing all the victims and talking to the victims and
I feel bad if you even mentioned that. Really, it doesn't make me feel good. But yeah, I would do it again. I think still there's a lot of there are also good feelings in it, because you know that you really help people with that. I mean, there were a lot of women targeted, and I could help them find out who did this, and so it stopped. And at this one case, the guy who was doing the videos of his friends in his own bathroom, when the police searched his house, they found also videos of sexual child abuse. So he was doing even worse things. It's all disgusting, but I want to say with this, maybe it's only the peak of the iceberg, all these videos. Maybe there's something even worse behind it. But maybe it's also more necessary to expose the people who are making money with it. Yeah, the people behind the porn sites. Yeah, maybe I want to stress that I don't have anything against porn. I hope this is clear. I think everybody can watch porn. The problem is only with the abusive, illegal, non-consensual material on this porn site. And I think it's a big part of the porn sites and one of the attractions of the porn site. In a way, it was good that I had to experience this deepfakes of myself, because I had to learn how bad it is for victims. Of course, I knew before that it's very bad for women to be affected by stuff like that, but to feel it yourself, it's another thing.